And for those who enjoy this channel and would love to support us financially, please feel free to hit that donate link. We'd greatly appreciate it. God bless. For all those who appreciate the work that we're doing here on Standing for Truth, please hit that subscribe button because we are just getting started.
Why can't creation answer the phylogeny challenge?
I'm guessing that question's for me.
Yep.
I would say that the phylogeny challenge is fallacious because it all comes down to, where can we draw the line regarding ancestry? Where can we where does that phylogeny break down? But the thing is, that entire argument misunderstands biology and genetics because and theology, because they seem to imagine that God created humans and then all of other biological life, and that there's absolutely no similarity between humans and any other species out there. So based on the biblical model, there's really no reason for us to believe that that's true, as in, there should be no type of hierarchy in the biological world. As in, there's no reason to believe that we shouldn't be more similar to, say, apes than to another species, say a whale, right? So we too predict nested hierarchies in biology, whether it's on an anatomical level, physiological, morphological nested hierarchies. So that's why I always say we need to look to differentiating kinds of evidence to show which explanation, limited ancestry or universal ancestry, is true. And that's where we can get into function. We can get into Y chromosome, mitochondrial DNA, predictions. This is how we're going to truly answer the question of ancestry. So long story short, the phylogeny challenge it's fallacious, and it's based on a misunderstanding of science and theology.
Hey, James, can I answer this one too? But just from my side.
You bet.
I think the best question that the question that I have for creationists on this one, of course, it has to do with primates because I love primates and I am a primate. But frequently creationists lump all the apes into an ape kind. And my question kind of runs along those lines because frequently a kind is described as things that bring forth, organisms that can bring forth with one another. But chimpanzees obviously can't reproduce with gorillas or orangs, or, well, they can with bonobos, but they're actually very recent divergence. And there's been slightly disturbing, but a bit of sort of theoretical research looking into how reproductively compatible humans would be with chimpanzees. And it's more than it is with gorillas, and it's not actually been considered to be impossible, as terrible as that sounds. It's simply a ring around the egg, the zona pellucida, that sort of gate checks any spermatozoans or sperm in general that try to come in. So reproductive isolation is kind of a bad way of drawing the line, which is why I always ask why and how we draw it. And that's why I don't think they can answer the challenge, because there is no way to draw a line. Genetics is a gradient, and it runs through all living things. And that's why paternity tests work. And that's why, genomic comparisons work.
Well, if I could make just one quick point.
Really,
if you just think about it, Erica, okay, according to our model, I'm just going to throw some, kinds out there, say humans, pigs, rats, ducks, and dogs. They're all land dwelling, okay? Even though they are separate kinds according to our model, since they are all land dwelling and share many similarities with each other, they can share similar nested hierarchies or designs. So where are we going to draw the line between those separate kinds if they already share certain levels of nested hierarchies, morphologically speaking, genetically speaking, physiologically, speaking? So that's the thing.
But that's a fancy way of saying you can't draw the line. That's a fancy way of obfuscating that the line can't be drawn. And if your model is correct, then the line should be able to be drawn, because it is, of all the things in Genesis that are like Genesis 1 that are like super clear, there's quite a bit of emphasis on the kinds. It's repeated over and over and over again. You would think it would be quite obvious.
Well, even though we predict nested hierarchies, evolutionists when they say that there's this perfect nested hierarchy, there's this perfect phylogenetic tree of life, that's not actually true, because anytime there's an inconsistency, Erica, and say a lack of uniqueness in that phylogenetic tree, as you know, it's usually explained away by what? Convergent evolution. So that's a rescue device. There's also something called independent lineage sorting. If you look at different genes in, say, humans or apes or gorillas or orangutans, depending on the gene you're looking, can create a totally different type of phylogenetic tree. So even though you're implying that there's this perfect nested hierarchy of life, that's not true. There's many, many types of inconsistencies I can point to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but the thing is the inconsistencies are, while present, they're present in every branch of science, from medicine to astronomy to, of course, evolutionary biology. That's the nature of the beast. The question is, how strong and how parsimonious are the lineages that we do have these straight through lines? And the answer is incredibly. I know primates the best. It's undeniable from my position. I mean, but that's just me. Blessings on you.